What's up, everybody? Hey, listen, I'm gonna do this one a little bit differently. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk to you guys as if you right here in the kitchen with me, right? So some of y'all don't even know there's a channel called Smokin and Grillin with AB. Listen, Smokin and Grillin, right? Can even do any type of baking, right? So listen, I'm finna throw my hat into the fire to see if we can, make something good. Nah, I'm not even finna talk like that. Listen, I can bake, folks. And listen, I make some of the best brownies on the planet. So listen, I'm finna show you guys, look, it's so easy to make. You're gonna make these, and some of y'all with us coming up on the holiday, you finna take these to work probably this week. With that being said, let's get it. Now, come on over here and look at these ingredients. Now, we're gonna get a little bit exotic, right? So you gotta have some chunks. You can buy chunks. I see that you can buy chocolate chunks online. You know what I mean? If you go to the grocery store, they might have them, they might not, but you might run into this right here. Let me go ahead and get this open. Come on, all of this work. All right, you see this right here? We just take it like this, and then I'll show it. You can get yourself some semi-sweet chocolate like that right there, and then we break that up into chunks, right? So I'm gonna show you guys all of that. We're gonna stay a little bit on the exotic side, right? Let me get this out of the way. We're gonna look right here, look, espresso powder. How many of y'all making your brownies, with this, right? So that's what you see right here, right? Then we're gonna come all the way over here. We're gonna hit the brakes real hard. We're gonna stop right there. Could you see that? Look, that is this. Listen, I already put the link. It's somewhere down there. It's probably be in the body, the description, and pinned in the #1 comment. We make this so easy to make. You just got to get the right type of vodka to make it just like over the top. So this is what I call my premium vanilla extract, right? So this was just another one of these. We just put that over there. Right, and then the rest of it, you guys know. Now this right here is cocoa powder. We got dark brown sugar, then we got flour. Hence, that's why we got this here. Hey, let me ask you this for everybody that does, make brownies, stuff like that. Do you guys have one of these? And then for those of you guys don't even know what this is a sifter, folks. I like this one right here because I had the old school one, when I saw this one, I was like, oh, let's go ahead and update, our kitchen tools, right? So speaking of tools, you're gonna have one, a whisk, a Pyrex cup. You don't have to have that. You just need something so that you can melt the butter. Now this is gonna be tricky because you gotta melt the butter and then you want it to start coming back. So you want it to harden up just a little bit. Hey, speaking of that, I think that's gonna be the next thing I do. And if I hadn't said already, all of these ingredients is on my website, smokinandgrillin.ab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Look, keeping up with the theme and not really making no cuts, I'm finna go ahead and preheat my oven. I'm gonna hit bake. We're gonna go ahead and do 350 and we're gonna hit start. When I tell you this is an easy recipe to do, this is super easy. Now, I'm finna head to the microwave. I'm gonna melt this so they can start, coming, once it starts to cool off and it start getting a little bit on the hard side, that's gonna be key. All right, so this is done. Now look, earlier I said you wanted to harden up. That's not what you wanted to do, right? So I'm gonna take this right here. You guys can come here and look. I'm gonna stir this up, get the fats all on the top. What you want this to do is you want it to cool. And you don't want to splash it all over the place, right? So you just want to have 1 cup of butter, right? Stirring it around, get all the fat so it's not separated. You see how they're looking inside? That's what you want to have, right? Right, so I'm gonna just stick this, matter of fact, I'll just put this in there in case I gotta stir it later. We wanna let this go ahead and cool. Now, behind me, I got my oven, it's coming up to temp. And I started talking about tools, right? One of the things you guys are gonna need is this right here. You wanna get a 13x9. This is a little bit smaller than a 13x9, which is because I'm looking for a little bit of height. Right? So it's gonna be tricky. Well, I ain't gonna say tricky, but this is what we're gonna do. I'll pull out my avocado spray, but I don't know if I wanna waste that on this right here, because this is that premium, right? I do have a little bit of Pam. I'm trying to get rid of this, right? So what we gonna do, check us out. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, right? Even though we using parchment paper, right? Then I'm gonna take it and notice the size of my sheet as opposed to, my casserole dish, right? I'm gonna stick this in here like this, and it's gonna serve as a purpose. Some of you guys have figured that part out. It makes it just easier to take it out, but I'm not gonna leave nothing to chance, because a lot of times you guys see when I do wings, if I use parchment paper, which I like to start using that little silicone mat, that works the best. I haven't seen anything stick to that, right? So when you get it like that, look how they stay in there like that. And then look, remember this? We finna go ahead and take this and give it a nice little, that's all you need, folks. All the corners and boom. And that right there is done. Now, next thing we're gonna do is, I'm gonna set this up, right? I'm gonna move my sifter out the way. This stuff is key. I told you when I'm cooking, well, since the camera on that side, I'm gonna put that there. Next step is gonna be my sugars. Oh, excuse me, right here. We got brown sugar. Again, that's dark brown. Then we got granulated white, right? And we put this together. This is how it is, folks, especially if you new. I'm trying to tell you where you don't have no issues. If you line up with everything you need for the next step, I already took the time to write it out for you. All of this is going in here, right? So I'm gonna let this cool. We're gonna come back in about another 5 minutes or whatever. I just wanted to cool. And again, we don't want it to start getting hot. Hard. We just want to cool this down. We don't want this to be, warm, because we melted it. That's the only thing. Then we move over to the next. I'm gonna show you guys, and then when you see, you already know what they look like. Shit, you done already hit the thumbnail, so you know what we're working with. I'm just gonna show you how to get there. Now, when this is completely, cool, you just want it to be room temperature, right? I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna go ahead and start with just adding my sugars, right? Again, you notice all my sugars is right here, because this is what I'm starting with. All right, let me just break this up a little bit. Brown sugar, once it gets out into the atmosphere, that top layer starts, getting hard, and therefore, it'll work its way down, and then you'll end up with just like a cup of brown sugar that's hard as a rock, right? Now I got my whisk. I'm gonna bring this over here to this side. We got our butter. Now I'll just pour this in here like that. Because I want to get all of my butter. Look at how much come out once I go ahead and use that spatula. You see all of that? Right? Now we're just gonna whisk. And what we're trying to do is get everything to just melt. Right? Now it's only room temperature. And when I say melt, really, the word I should have used was dissolve. Right? So we'll just work this back and forth and you'll see it. It won't be so granulated in a minute. Now you see right here, look, I'll move up the next things I'm gonna need. We're gonna need our eggs and we got our vanilla extract. I got this bottle following that just so you guys know. And don't forget, I got a link on how to make this. It's so easy and this will taste better. What you make at home will be even more stronger and it'll be smooth. You know what I mean? Hey, trust me, folks, it's really in the liquor that you put in there. All right, so now we'll move this out the way so you guys can see. We got an egg. Let's go ahead and get this going. We drop that in there like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put all 4 of these in here and then we're gonna mix them. Luckily that this is, dark. You can see if you drop any eggshell. Otherwise, I would tell you guys to go ahead and do it, on your own, in another separate bowl and then drop it in here. Now, the next thing, look, so I got my eggs, they ready. They nice and beat, and blended in here. Look how smooth this is like this. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and add my vanilla extract to it. We're just gonna add that to it and continue on. Oh man, the aromatic that you get from that, you guys know if you ever cook with it, bake with it, that vanilla extract is right. Anytime I smell that, especially with this time of the year though, anytime I smell it, it makes me think about that. All right, so look at that. That's what you wanna have. When it's nice and creamy and smooth like that, you guys on your way. Okay, so I want you guys to look down here. Right? So vanilla extract in there, eggs, we got both our sugars in there. You see when I tell you this is smooth, right? Now I'm gonna say something else. We gotta remember we don't wanna overwork nothing. Up to this stage, you wanna get everything incorporated, right? So look at that, nice and smooth. Now, cocoa powder, I'll just put this over here. Then we got flour. Doesn't make no difference which one you start with first. You wanna get yourself a sifter. Right? Move that over there like that. I'm gonna drop this in here like this. Oh. Right? Now, I'm just finna, look at that right there. Ooh, that's it. Nice and airy. See that? If you guys ain't got one of these, you wanna get one? It's like magic. Just like the same way that it puts a smile on my face when I mince garlic with my mincer, this right here put a big smile on my face now. Right, so that's done. Next, we're gonna come with our cocoa powder. Do the exact same thing. Oh, there we go. All right, this is the espresso powder that I'm using, right? So look, that's what this is right here. I'll set this over here. These are all things that, I've already used. Now I'm gonna just sprinkle this in just like this over the top. It's kind of like a little bit of a secret weapon, you know what I mean? That really like levels it up. And then check this out. We're gonna go ahead and give this just a pinch. Just a pinch, folks. I just wanted to get it right. You know what I mean? You just need just a little bit of that in there. Now, hear me out, folks. Once we get to this point, We just want to stir it, right? Just until it's combined, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out just for a hot second, because we're not gonna really be doing no whisking anyway, right? So that clean, I'm gonna swap that out for my spatula. Why? Because I want to take this and run this around the edges. It pushes everything more so in the middle, and I'll use this to turn, turn and stir. We just want to get it combined, folks. I don't want to see none of this powder or none of that on top, so we work with it. Don't use a hand mixer or nothing like that. Look, we want them to be nice and moist. You can see they on their way. Look at that right here. All right, to give you guys a real true pro tip, you see how it had a lot of powder on there. Once you get it mixed, if you just let it sit up and then fold this in like that, that's it. If yours look like that, then you're gonna have some great tasting brownies. That's the trick. Don't overwork it. Don't keep beating it. Don't whisk it and trying to get all that powder to go. Once you got it mixed and you say, okay, you starting to see it fold over, just give it about 1 or 2 minutes. It'll set up and you'll see it start soaking in. Fold it a little bit, let it soak in. In about 5 or 6 minutes, you should have that. All right, now the last thing and the only thing we got left is boom. That's just chocolate right here, right? Yeah, I know that you guys can buy chocolate on Amazon. You can buy them already in the chips. in the chunks. They sell like a little tub of, sweet, semi-sweet, and no, I guess they got it with no sweet in it also. Think I seen that option. But you can always buy yourself something like what I'm using right here, And this is gonna be part of like how I make, how we gonna make it look. Now, some of y'all, you can put this stuff in a bag and beat it, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Or you could take, let me see. I got a knife. I'm gonna cut this into some chunks. Now, we got everything done. I went ahead and cut these down. You guys saw that. Now, you needed like a cup. I guess this is what I do. I fill up one of these and I got some extra. That's all going in there anyway, right? So I'm just gonna sprinkle this in here like that. I'm gonna take this, add that too, and all the little small chocolate shards just right here, that's gonna be all part of it as well, right? All right, move this to my hot soapy water, remove my knife. Now watch me, folks. We just fold here because we don't want to overwork it, right? So we just fold, right? I'm gonna give it maybe one more fold and that's it. But you see them chunks? That's what you want to have right there. I don't care if they on the top like that, they didn't move down. Whatever you come up with, that's a quick little fold. We making fudge, these are them brownies, right? So let's move this over here like that. Now, remember we sprayed this and got this prepped prior to, this is ready to go. Just making sure this don't get in my way, right? Not non-stick. And you know what? This gonna serve as to help us get this out of here, get them out anyway. Now, I'll get this all right. Bring this like this. Now we pour. Remember, these are brownies. It's thick. It's not finna settle like that it shouldn't. If yours is let me just say this, if yours is like leveling out on its own, then you did something wrong, right? It should be just the way you guys see right here. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to do is just make sure I got an even layer. All right, y'all, look, you see? Look at that right there. You're not finna make this smooth. Anyway, let me give you a tip too. If you wanna go ahead and put more chunks in there, you can. You know what I mean, bro? I think 1.25 cups is about good, 1.5 cups, and you'll be right. All right, so listen, now we want to set a timer it takes about 25 to 30 minutes. It really depends on your oven. So for me, I'm gonna set it at 25 minutes and I'm gonna take a look at it. And then after that, we'll make a decision. But no more than 30, folks. See you in a minute. Okay, folks, here we go. This is what it's gonna look like, right? Now we gotta let this cool. I'm gonna say for best results, we probably want it to cool for about an hour, hour and a half, right? If you want to cut this, you don't, because it's soft and moist. We don't like, even when you go ahead and put something in there to cut it, whatever your knife choice is, you don't want it to like push it in. You don't want it to smear or nothing like that. So you really want this to cool. But I'm gonna tell you, I guess in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna come and I just want to show you that. Remember we put the paper over here like this? Oh, let's make sure. Oh, there we go. We just want to make sure that we can lift this up and take it out. I'm not going to take it out right now until like about 20 minutes, but I'm going to let mine cool for about an hour and a half. After that, I'm going to go ahead and cut these, take some pictures of it, which you already seen them. That's why you're here, and then we finna taste it. All right, so when you look down here, you know, this is what we got. You want to talk about moist? I like the way the top, it cracks and all of that kind of stuff. You got to handle them, because listen, that right there, that's really that chocolate. It's like a thin layer that comes up to the top and just spreads out. And then as it cools, it cracks. That's what makes it look right. But if you want to talk about moist, look at that there. Look at yonder. As my grandfather would say. You see that right there? Look. You see that right there? Oh my God. You know what I mean? So listen, I'm gonna leave this like this because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Man, this is just a dozen of them. You know what I mean? A couple of these on the small side. They asking for these. You know what I mean? I'd hate to eat one, bite one, then say, hey, here you go. Anyway, if I bite one, I'm gonna knock it off anyway. But I want to let you guys, I want you guys to tell me, if you know how to make these already, talk to me down in the comment section below and let me know what would you have done differently or what would you have added to this. And if you look real closely, I always got that tall glass of ice cold milk, right? So with that being said, look, check this out. If you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and just tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. So what I got to do now is, folks, I gotta take these, you know, start stacking these up. Oh, this one's broke. I gotta play this one off so that I can show everybody like, oh, it's, you know, I don't know how it got broke, you know what I mean? But these are kind of like spoken for. Hey, I'm out, y'all. Peace.